5 Israeli soldiers were killed and several injured in the northern Gaza Strip after being struck by Israeli tank fire. The Israeli military said that there was a tank crossfire of the 202 Battalion. Israeli ground forces re-entered parts of northern Gaza this month to prevent Hamas from regrouping. This came as a barrage of rockets were fired at Israel from Lebanon. Israeli army said that most of the rockets were intercepted. Meanwhile, Israel has said that it is wearing down Hamas. The country's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, also said that more troops are being sent to Rafah.
I am now in Rafah area after meeting the head of Southern Command and the commanders of Division 162, Brigade 84 and Brigade 401. All are working in extraordinary manner in the field, opening fire. Hundreds of targets have been struck. Our forces are maneuvering and have reached close to their lines, and this operation will continue with additional forces entering the area.
And for more on this story, we're now joined by DD India's correspondent Sarah Coates. She joins us live from Tel Aviv now. Sarah, give us the latest on the conflict in Gaza.
Hello there, Tanvi. We heard from Israel's Defense Minister Yoav Gallant just a little earlier today. He came out to say that this Rafah operation will be expanded. He said over the coming days, additional troops will be sent in there. Now, according to the United Nations, since this Rafah operation began, some 600,000 Palestinians have been forced to flee that area. Many of them are now sheltering in the Khan Yunis area and also in Al-Mawasi, which is an area that is on the western side of the Gaza Strip down in the south. Now, certainly very, very concerning given the situation on the ground when it comes to humanitarian efforts. We do understand so far that the Kerem Shalom crossing along with the Rafah border crossing do remain closed. So this, of course, is posing some massive challenges for these aid workers on the ground, really trying to service a sheer number of people who so desperately need this vital humanitarian aid. Now, it was a little earlier today that the Pentagon announced that this floating pier that's been under construction for the past few weeks is now operational and will begin facilitating some of this vital humanitarian aid in the coming days. But certainly the situation on the ground when it comes to this southern region, the Rafah region, is very, very dire, while intense fighting is continuing in the northern part of the Strip. We can report that earlier today, some 5 Israeli soldiers, they were killed in an incident in Jabalia, with the IDF coming out to say that this was a friendly fire incident. So certainly really intensified fighting right across the Strip, Tanvi.
Also, Sarah, there are reports of infighting happening within the Israeli leadership. What is the latest on that?
Certainly, the Defence Minister, Yoav Gallant, once again, he came out late last night during a televised address saying that Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, must make tough decisions to advance a non-Hamas governance of Gaza, whatever the cost. Now, this is certainly being seen as a direct challenge to the Prime Minister, the most sort of direct challenge really since the beginning of this war. Now, he's already facing backlash from a number of these very far right-wing members of the Netanyahu coalition. We're talking here the Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich and the National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir. They are now calling on the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to fire the Defence Minister, saying that this certainly has no place in Israeli politics. But certainly what we did hear there from the Defence Minister is echoing what we've been hearing from the United States, that there must be a post-war plan in place after this fighting. But Netanyahu has come out to address this, saying that after there is a Hamas stand, there will not be a Fatah stand, referring to the Palestinian Authority. And of course, he's referring there to what we've been hearing from the United States, that it wants to see a revitalized Palestinian Authority in control of Gaza once this war is over, Tanvi.
One hopes that this war gets over, the sooner the better. Thank you, Sarah, from Tel Aviv. Now, discussions on reaching a ceasefire in Gaza are expected to take the center stage as the Arab League holds a summit in Bahrain on Thursday. Those in attendance at the 22-member grouping's meet include Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. Qatar, along with Egypt, have been the main mediators between Israel and Hamas.